What's up guys, Fleur here, and today I have my top 25 pools and Heisman Watch following week 3 of the college football season. And starting off, we're going to do the top 25, and at number 1 I have Alabama. They're 3-0 now after beating Arkansas 52-0, just a total beatdown. And then moving from number 3 up to number 2 is LSU. They're 3-0 as well. 63-14 was their victory against Idaho this week. And moving from number 4 to number 3 is Oregon. They are 3-0 as well, and they had the same score. They also won 63-14 against Tennessee Tech. And then jumping from number 7 all the way up to number 4, Florida State had dominated victory, 52-0 against Wake Forest as they moved to 3-0. And then number 5 and number 6 are the same as last week, Georgia and Oklahoma. Georgia's now 3-0 after beating Florida Atlantic's 56-20, and Oklahoma stays at number 6 as they are still 2-0 because they had a bye week. And then moving from number 8 to number 7 is Clemson. They're 3-0. They won 41-7 versus Furman. And then moving from number 9 to number 8, West Virginia. They are 2-0 and they just beat James Madison 42-12. Moving from number 10 to number 9. We have South Carolina, who are 3-0, and they just won 49-6 against UAB. And then here at number 10 we have Stanford, jumping all the way from number 20 as they brought down number 2 USC. Stanford is now 3-0 after beating Matt Barkley and the Trojans 21-14. And number 11, moving up from number 12 is Michigan. They're 2-1 now. They just beat UMass 60-13. I went to that game. It was a lot of fun watching Denard play. It was, what was expected for a blowout. And then number 12, USC, they dropped back from number 2 after losing to Stanford 21-14. They are 2-1 on the season. And then moving up to number 13 is Notre Dame. Last week they were ranked 19th, but after dominating win against Michigan State 23, they had moved up and their record was 3-0. And then number 14, moving up from 17, is Florida. They had 2 games in a row. They had tough games, and this week it was against Tennessee, and they pulled out with a 37-20 victory. They are now 3-0 as well. And then moving up to number 15, or should I say Texas. Texas is number 15, and they were number 15 last week as well. They beat Ole Miss 66-31. They're now 3-0. And then number 16 last week is still number 16, TCU. They are now 2-0 after beating Kansas 20-6. And then Kansas State, they were ranked 14th, but I dropped them down to 17 now because they had a tough time. But they did win 35-21 against North Texas. They're 3-0 now. They'll be really tested this week when they play against Oklahoma, see if they're for real or not. And then number 18 last week and this week still Louisville. They pulled out a tough victory against North Carolina 39-34. They are now 3-0. Moving from 22 to 19 is UCLA. They're 3-0 now after beating Houston 37-6. And then moving up from 24 to 20 is Mississippi State. They're now 3-0 as well after beating Troy 30-24. It's a close game, but I still moved them up 4. And they passed up Northwestern, who was number 21. Northwestern was 21 last week, and they're still there at 3-0. And they beat Boston College 22-13. And then here at number 22 is Michigan State. They were 13 last week, but they dropped all the way down to 22 after losing 23 versus Notre Dame. They are now 2-1 on the season. And then number 23, Arizona, who I did not have ranked last week, they are jumped into 23 now. They're 3-0 after beating South Carolina State 56-0. And then moving from number 11 all the way back to 24 is Virginia Tech. They're 2-1 now after losing to Pittsburgh 35-17. That's a horrible loss because Pittsburgh has struggled against some horrible teams this season. And then still at number 25 is Baylor. They're now 2-0 after beating Sam Houston State 48-23. So that's my top 25, and just some games to watch this weekend is Oklahoma against Kansas State, and then Florida State versus Clemson, and also Michigan versus Notre Dame. Got lots of good games. And then now, moving on, we got my Heisman Watch. Our old Heisman Watch was Matt Barkley, Geno Smith, D'Anthony Thomas, Denard Robinson, and then Aaron Murray at number 5. And now this week it's Geno Smith, D'Anthony Thomas, Denard Robinson, Jonathan Franklin, and then number 5 is Matt Barkley, who dropped down after that loss. Okay, so let's start off with the stats. Geno Smith was 34-39 passing with 411 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's a monster game. I don't know, at this point it's looking like he is the Heisman favorite after 3 weeks. And then number 2, D'Anthony Thomas, the running back / receiver for Oregon. He had 62 rushing yards for a touchdown on only 3 carries. And he had 3 receptions for 73 yards and a touchdown. Just he gets like huge plays every time he touches the ball. Number 3, Denard Robinson. He was 16-24 passing for 291 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he rushed for 106 yards on 10 carries for a touchdown. He had a really good game. And number 4, Jonathan Franklin. He had 24 carries for 110 yards, and he also had 58 receiving yards. And number 5, Matt Barkley. They lost to Stanford, so I dropped him. And he didn't even complete half of his passes. He was 20 of 41 with 254 yards, and he threw 2 interceptions. And this is the first game in a long time that he did not have a passing touchdown. But still look for him to be in the mix and at the end of the year for the Heisman. And then some other performances that I saw. Bridgewater, the quarterback from Louisville, he's been having a good year. Past weekend, he was 23 of 28, 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then Taj Boyd, the Clemson quarterback, was 20 of 29 for 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Stephon Taylor, the running back from Stanford, had 27 carries for 153 yards and a touchdown, and he also got 5 passes for 60 yards and a touchdown. And then the last performance I have is Aaron Murray, who I did have number 5, but dropped him this week. He didn't have a bad performance, but it's not Heisman type. He only had 14 completions out of 19 attempts, though. 342 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alright, so that's it. So subscribe for more, and I'll come out with this video next week, following week 4. And watch some college football this weekend. And please like the video. And as always, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day. Peace.